Okay. Hello, beautiful women. Welcome to Mondays with Meira. I'm really glad you're here tonight. So before we begin, let's just take a moment to arrive together. Yes, so everybody take a slow breath in through your nose and gently let it go. And again, another slow breath and gently letting it go. And just allow your shoulders to soften a little bit. And now allow your awareness to move from ordinary awareness to extraordinary awareness, the kind that can open and take in new ideas and new thoughts and ways of being. So there's nowhere else you need to be right now. And great. If you like, you can just type one word in the chat for how you're arriving tonight. Let's see. Tired, yeah, I guess so. Getting ready for the Chag, huh? Hopeful, good, curious. That's the way. Thank you for sharing those. I see you, and I'm really glad that you're here. For those of you who may be new, welcome. And for those of you who have been part of these gatherings before, it's really good to see you again. So before we begin, just a few important things about this space. This is not a workshop, and it's not a lecture, although I will be teaching a bit. It's simply a reflective space where women can pause and explore the deeper questions of life and love. Some women share, and some women just listen, just sit in the background and listen. And both are completely welcome. There's no pressure to participate, although it's always nice. And everything shared here stays in this room. We are all allowed to be brilliant and imperfect, including me. Thank you. And there will be time at the end for questions after I turn off the recording to give you privacy. You may hear me speak about Hashem tonight. That's the way I speak about God. So you can use whatever word works for you and receive that in whatever way feels right for you. Great. So tonight we're exploring something that doesn't get talked about very often. Most conversations about love focus on finding the right person, or meeting someone, or dating advice. But there's something deeper that often gets in the way. Not finding love, but learning how to receive it. And that can feel surprisingly vulnerable, especially after years of being on your own, managing life, holding everything together, and taking care of yourself because you had to. And those are real strengths. But over time, something subtle can happen. You become very, very good at giving and very practiced at carrying, but not so comfortable receiving. Whether it's receiving care or support or receiving love without feeling like you need to stay guarded or in control. If the idea of receiving love feels a little unfamiliar or even difficult sometimes, you can type yes in the chat. Let's see, chat. Ah, yes. Thank you. Mm. Yes, that's very real. I want to share something small from my own life, a little snippet. There was a moment when someone close to me was simply trying to be there for me. You know, nothing dramatic, just showing care in a very natural way. And I noticed something inside me, a quiet instinct to just move past it, just say, I'm fine, and not really let it land. And it wasn't conscious. It was just familiar. It's a pattern of being used to taking care of myself. But this time, I paused. I caught it, and I didn't brush it away. I allowed myself to stay with it for just a moment and to actually receive what was being offered, the care, the presence, the attention. And it felt unfamiliar, but also meaningful. And I realized something. Receiving isn't always about something big. Sometimes it's simply allowing small moments to land instead of pushing them away. And that's where so much of this begins. So, if you'd like, type one word into the chat. What feels hardest about receiving? Maybe it's trust, or letting go, or being vulnerable. What is it for you? Yeah, being vulnerable. Like, trust. Will he betray me? Yeah, I get that. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. You know, there's something beautiful about the timing of this conversation right now. As we move toward Shavuot, we're also moving toward a holiday that is deeply connected to receiving. Receiving wisdom, receiving guidance, receiving something larger than ourselves, the Torah. And for me, on a personal note, since I just had a new and first grandson who will have his bris on Shavuot, of all things, amazing. It's really a receiving. For him, it's going to be receiving, being part of the Am Yisrael, of the Jewish people, and me just receiving that knowledge that that a new generation has begun in my family, in my life. One of the things I've always found meaningful about Shavuot is that receiving requires openness. You can't receive with a closed hand, right? Nothing can get in there. And you can't receive with a closed heart either. And maybe that's true in relationships too. Not forcing, not chasing, but slowly becoming willing to receive what's already trying to reach us. Doesn't have to be perfectly, just gently being able to open. So tonight's not about forcing yourself to open, God forbid. It's about gently noticing where you may still be holding back and allowing just a little more softness there. So, if you feel comfortable, place one hand over your heart. And if you're ready, you can type ready in the chat. Yeah, ready. Ready. Everyone's ready. Okay. So I'm going to lead a guided meditation. I hope everyone's someplace where they can hear this. So allow yourself to get comfortable and let your shoulders soften. Let your breath slow and take a nice slow inhale and release it gently. Again, a nice slow inhale and releasing it gently. Good. Now imagine yourself sitting across from someone, not a specific person, but just the presence of someone who's kind, steady, and emotionally open. Someone who is offering you something simple: attention, caring, presence. And just notice what happens inside you. Taking a moment to notice what's happening inside you. Do you lean in? Or do you hold back? Do you feel open or guarded? Just notice. There's no judgment. We're just going to notice what's there. And now imagine that instead of pulling away, you allow yourself to stay just a little longer. And you don't have to open fully either. You don't have to trust completely. Just stay present. Just stay present. And in that stay, something softens. A small shift, a little less tension, a little more openness. Yes. Now imagine a warm, golden light surrounding your heart. It's soft, steady, safe. And this light represents the loving presence of Hashem. Or it could simply be the feeling of being held in something greater than yourself. And as this beautiful golden light surrounds you, gently say to yourself, I am allowed to receive. And I don't have to rush. I can learn this. And one more time, I am allowed to receive love without losing myself. Just letting those words settle gently into your heart. There's no pressure. There's no timeline. Only openness. Just possibility. And just allow yourself to feel that. And take one more nice slow breath. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. Beautiful. Good work. Now just take a moment to notice how you feel. And if you'd like, type one word into the chat. Yes, even small shifts matter. Remember, awareness is where change begins. Beautiful. Yes, thank you. And before we close tonight, I want to say something honestly that maybe I haven't said yet. Many women stay in the same emotional place for years. They understand themselves and they reflect deeply. They listen to conversations like this one, but something still doesn't shift. And often it's because there's a deeper pattern underneath the surface that's difficult to fully see alone. That's why I offer a private session called Opening to Love Clarity Session. It's a focused 30-minute conversation where we gently explore where you are right now, what may be keeping you emotionally guarded, and what would need to soften or shift for love to feel more possible and more natural in your life. Women often leave these sessions seeing themselves with a new level of clarity and compassion. And sometimes that awareness becomes the beginning of real change. I only open a few of these sessions each week so that I can keep them thoughtful and personal. So if this resonates with you, I'd encourage you not to wait too long. I'll place the link in the chat. I just want to say, if you know another woman who might need a space like this, someone who's quietly carrying a longing for deeper connection, you're always welcome to invite her to come next time, next month. And so I'm going to stop in just a moment. I'm going to stop the recording so that you can ask your questions with privacy. But I just want to say thank you for being here tonight. And may something inside you feel a little softer, a little more open, and a little more able to receive what is meant for you. Good night, beautiful women, and thank you. I'm going to close.